For today's news, we have to talk about a popular, and I should say infamous, cruise hack that cruise lines have become aware of and they aren't too happy about it. In fact, it is a potentially bannable offense should you be caught doing this cruise hack, or at the very least, it'll have you kicked off of your cruise before it has even started. I do have a couple video clips that I want to show you because for whatever reason in this digital revolution, people really like to tell on themselves or self-snitch on the internet, so stick around. By the way, before we sail into the main topic of discussion, we have a quick update by Royal Caribbean. In case you aren't aware, Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Utopia of the Seas, has officially arrived in its home port of Port Canaveral, Florida, all in anticipation for its great public launch on July 19th. Very exciting stuff. This will be the 6th Oasis-class cruise ship for Royal Caribbean, holds well over 5,600 passengers at full capacity. We'll be doing 3 and 4 night sailings out of Port Canaveral going to the Caribbean. They call it weekend getaways. This ship will also host new restaurants, new venues, expanded venues, and even new cabins. So we all know that there are a boatload of cruise ship secrets, tips, hacks, tricks to give you an overall better cruise experience and even save you a little bit of money along the way. For example, you can book your cruise and excursions and drink packages prior to getting on the cruise. That way you don't have to pay that increased price once you are on board. You can also tip your favorite room steward in case you want an extra pillow, or at the beginning of the cruise, tip your favorite bartender. That way they potentially prioritize you and even give you a nice drink or two on the house. However, there is a cruise hack or so-called hack that is going around that a lot of people are not happy about, not because it's being done, but because it's more so being exposed. Here, take a look.
It's officially open here. You got some meat. Okay, so. Yes.
It say Carlos is here.
Okay. We're coming, Carlos. And get the Pepsi box. Okay.
Close it up.
Did you see him? What a blue. I gave it to you. Put her keys back in her bag. You got him right there, bro.
Teach. You should put it.
I'm gonna turn it upside down.
So it's pretty obvious what is taking place here. Essentially, you have some passengers prior to the cruise taking some sody pop in a box and replacing that sody pop with some beer or alcoholic beverage of their choosing, and then using glue to seal the box as if it has never been opened. People do this with other things, whether it be bottles of wine or water bottles. They'll replace the liquid with some other alcoholic liquid, and they think that they are going to get on the ship scot-free and have free beverages while they are on board. However, lo and behold, little do they know, unbeknownst to them, security does do a check of all of the beverages and waters that you are legally allowed to bring on board in case you try to sneak on some contraband such as, well, what you see before you, alcoholic beverages. Fellow passengers or would-be cruisers are angry about these videos because, believe it or not, there are multiple circulating out there for primarily 2 reasons. One, obviously, you are revealing the well-known hack that is kind of like a dirty secret. A lot of people do this and have been doing this for a very long time. The fact that it's being put online and garnering potentially millions upon millions of views could potentially cause the cruise lines to beef up security, making this hack irrelevant and almost impossible to do. The other issue is that people that are making these videos are essentially showing their financial status, potentially that is. Either that or they are just being cheapy McCheapskate or Mrs. Cheapskate, if you will, and, well, they don't want to buy the drink package, they don't want to buy drinks on board because they potentially can't afford it, and as the saying goes in this particular case, if you are broke, then just say that. Believe it or not, this also brings about issues for the cruise lines as well. The obvious one, of course, is that yes, the cruise lines can't make any money off of you. You chose not to buy the drink package, you're not buying drinks on board. How are they supposed to stay profitable and give you the best experience possible? You could be the one that causes them to go bankrupt. No, I'm joking, but But realistically as well, if somebody were to bring, let's say, moonshine or a high alcohol level beverage on the cruise, and they are just drinking their life away throughout the cruise, and they end up getting a little too intoxicated to the point to where, let's say, they get alcohol poisoning. First of all, in case you didn't know, when you are on board during your cruise, the amount of drinks, or I should say the quantity of the drinks, are typically tracked on your account on board. Obviously, there are going to be some situations where people are buying drinks for other people, but at least there is some kind of idea as far as how much alcohol you have consumed on board. You bring something with a high alcohol volume and you end up getting alcohol poisoning. Let's say you get potentially a lethal case of alcohol poisoning. If your ship that you're sailing on is not near a cruise port dock and it takes the helicopter a while to get there, then you may be in pretty bad shape. This is, of course, the worst possible case scenario. However, you don't want to get dead while sailing on your cruise, having the vacation of a lifetime. As far as people doing this, I do believe that yes, people are going to continue doing this. The cruise line will stop most of the people that are doing this. However, some are going to naturally slip through the cracks. I will say that we are all adults here, and you are free to do whatever it is that you want on this earth. However, you are not free from consequences should you get caught doing this cruise hack. Also, there is the added potential and risk for any cruise line to see the video that you are advertising to the world, and it is within their right to suddenly decide that they don't want you on their cruise ship anymore, aka you are banned from life to the shadow realm by a cruise line, or potentially all of them. But that's what I have for today's video. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and know as usual, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.